get in here out of the wind. It is a yucky, windy, rainy, cloudy day here in the end of January, and I've been trying for 2 days to get these onion seeds planted. I had on my calendar the 27th, I believe, 26th on a Friday. It is Sunday and it's taken me a couple of days, but that's okay. That's why I have a window and that's why I have a plan. So I'm not stressing about it. So we're gonna get some onion seeds planted today. It's got the, see where they're at. The loofahs were over here on the counter, and I had to move those because I have to have room. This is not as cleaned off as what it actually normally is, but I don't know. I've had some other things going, and it's kind of funny because this is dead, and then of course we have something coming up right here. Green as can be. Not sure what it is. We'll see what it is. I'm gonna probably scan it with my app on my phone and kind of see what it is, moving some of this stuff out of the way. So I have 2 things I'm doing. In case you are new to watching, I'm Chrissy from Up the Windy Lane. I do a lot of farm, herbs, and just general life around here on this YouTube channel. And so today is my first day of the year planting some seeds. I have some seeds going in the house, but they were planted in December and they're not doing super great. I'm not gonna lie. They are not like just taking off like I thought they would. So I've got to work on those a little bit, but we're gonna plant some onion seeds. I'm gonna put them in this tray and we're gonna try something new. So I've been seeing people do winter sowing in jugs. So I have these water jugs that we're gonna cut a little bit, almost all the way around, and then it's gonna create a small little greenhouse. So we're gonna do a little experiment and try those and these up here. I know these are old. These probably have holes in them. They're old. I probably shouldn't be reusing them, but I'm using what I have until I figure out exactly what I want to use all the time. I have a soil blocker, but mine is like a 2-inch soil blocker, and I really want one of the small ones, like the 1-inch or 1/2 inch. I forgot what it is. It does like 20 at a time. Until I figure out where I want to buy that from, I am just going to do it this way. I'm just going to sprinkle these seeds. I'm not going to put one per cell. It's going to just kind of be cover because the onion seeds are small. So we're just going to see how they do. And as they get larger, then I will break them apart and plant them outside in more of rows. So hopefully, you know, I have good plans, but hopefully that will work out for me. Bring my seeds and my calendar out here. So what that is going to look like is I am going to mark on here. Today is the 28th, and I'm going to be marking that I'm doing onion seeds today. That way I kind of know, because if you can see, once February gets here, I am going to be planting seeds February 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd, which goes along with what I have in here. Watch my other video. You saw when I label all these. So this is today's. See, I could have started January 13th all the way through February 2nd. So I could do partial today and do some next week. But next week I will be doing, you know, this packet, the week after, and so forth. I will be sowing. Looks like March. I'm going to be sowing quite a bit. And yeah, March, April, all the way through. I have 4 different kinds. So I'm going to split this into 4 sections and do them that way on here. And then this, whatever I have left, I will plant in here. But I'm going to do these first, and we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to speed this process up a little bit because it's kind of chilly out here. I kind of overestimated how chilly it is. Even in the greenhouse where there's no wind, it is a little chilly. So I don't know, it's about 40-ish degrees. So it's very dreary, very cloudy, dreary, rainy day when I should really be inside curled up on the couch with a book. So now that I have the dirt in there, I'm going to go ahead and get some water, and going to go ahead and water this so that whenever I water it, if I put my seeds in there first and then I water it, it's like the seeds will go everywhere. So especially in this potting soil, this seed starting mix. So I'm going to go ahead and get water. I'm going to go ahead and get it dampened down and then put the seeds in there. And if I want to cover them, I can cover them, but they should be good. All right, back with the water. Let's get this watered down a little bit. This is the only thing I don't really like about the seed starting mix. So my tree was kind of looking a little bad. So now You can actually see the water coming because the tray that I put on the bottom is clear. So when I move this aside, if you'll see, let me show you. Moving some of this aside, you can actually see where it's not wet. Okay, let's get some of these started. So this is an organic red onion. It's called a red carpet onion. I got this from Johnny's. And these were packed for, well, I know it says somewhere. Okay, maybe this one doesn't say. Well, my other ones. Let's see when these were packed for. These were packed for 2022. So I'm going to be using all of these seeds, and I'm not going to be real precise. I'm just going to spread some of these in here. Oh, and I got to remember, I do have a milk jug. So let's get the knife and do that. All right, so what I've seen is you leave this part where the handle is, and then we're just gonna cut. Knife skills are not the... Take that off of there. Probably should use scissors for this maybe. Scissors would have been a good idea. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what we want. We want it to open up. We want it to be able to close it and like duct tape it around. We also want holes in the bottom. We don't want our water to just sit there. Whoops, that hole was a little bit there. Okay, so we do want holes in the bottom. We need to get some of our seed starter mix. That in there. So there we have that. So this is what I'm setting them in for right now. Because once I water them, you know what? I'm just gonna set it on top of here and water it. That's interesting. You can kind of see how the water's kind of going down in there. And now it's coming out through the bottom. All right, so we're going to take the rest of these seeds, red carpet onion, and I'm just going to put them in there. Sprinkle some soil on top of that, some potting mix, that down a little bit. Close this. I will mark this, what this is, so I don't forget, and tape this up. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Just so I don't forget, is red carpet. I will have to come back because that you guys probably can't even see that. Alright guys, a pair of scissors is a much better idea. There we have it. I will come back in on a different day and go ahead and tape these up and mark them. I just put the seed packets in there for right now. And the same with these. I'm not going to put these in the house yet. I'm actually going to look at the weather and see what it's going to do. If the weather's going to heat up enough, I'm going to leave them out here so I don't have to worry about it inside. And then I'm going to tape these jugs up, and I'm actually going to set them out in my raised beds. That's the point of doing those that way. I am going to have to mark on them what they are though, so I know. I've just kind of got the seed packets in the top of the jug for right now. So we'll see. Supposedly there's 250 seeds in each one of those unopened packets. I don't think I'll have that many. I wanted to go ahead and plant them for one because they are 2 years old. I want to see if I can get anything to germinate from them. If it is not going to warm up enough here outside, I will bring the one tray in, but I am going to leave the jugs outside. I think with them being mini greenhouses out in the garden, and if they get enough sun, they will germinate when they're supposed to germinate and kind of have a little winter, you know, kind of more of a natural winter. So I don't know, we'll see. Let me know if you grow onions. I've never been able to actually grow onions, even when I bought the onion starts from the store. I've just not had real good luck with onions. I don't know if it's my soil or my gardening technique or what, but just never really had good luck with them. So we're going to experiment a little bit this year and see how it goes. Let me know in the comments if you have grown onions. Maybe you have a trick or a tip for me, and for others, share that in the comments. I almost forgot, super important. I wrote down that I planted my onions. All right, so I'm going to show you proof. I wrote it down. Onions started January the 28th. So make sure you write it down somewhere, put it in your phone, whatever it is. This is my $3 clearance calendar that I'm going to use for the garden, and that's where it's going. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, don't forget to be lovely lights today.